blow my nose.
See, you're tempting it. So
I know I am.
you can't do that to me.
Well, I was doing a different voice. It was a different
Right.
voice. I was trying to do Forrest Gump.
Right.
He's doing Forrest Gump.
Once I had to blow my nose, I was trying to sound like I had a stuffy nose. So,
Oh man,
You'll be one.
Yeah. I need to take my antibiotic. I'll do it during the intro. Get in here and grab it real quick. Yeah, we're shorthanded tonight. So, for those of you watching the pre-show, Kevin stepped in to help us out.
What's up?
Greatly appreciate that.
What is up?
Yeah, it should be a good show. Should be a great show.
Really good show.
I got my belt of the week ready. It's heavy. It's not really that heavy.
That's what she said.
Not hour number 2 yet.
See, I mean, y'all can't be doing this stuff and bring me on because
Yeah, I know.
I will not behave.
Richard knows the rules. He broke them.
My bad.
I think
Uh-huh. Oh, man. I'm in a mood. I've been giggling all day. I've just been seeing too much stuff. I need to be working, but I've been looking at stuff on the internet and just cracking myself up.
TikTok.
That's nice to just capture on there for in case your work sees this.
They're not going to see it. They're not going to see it.
Well,
I see my work
I'm going
email pop up and I start laughing.
Video go. There it is.
$100 or I send it to him.
Yeah. Well, I don't do it all day long. Just occasional break.
Your Honor, please repeat the first part of that.
Yeah. Get your cup from Ashley Southern Designs. We're going to the rodeo tomorrow night.
I might go there tonight.
And Saturday next weekend, we'll be in Arlington, Texas for a Rangers game.
Yeah, they blasted the whatnot the other night.
They had a football score last night. Yeah, 20-3.
Yeah.
Laverty's telling on you, Mark.
No, he's not. I know where he lives. I have his address. I have connections.
Oh, I need to upload the promo for my thing when
we know where you live.
Yes, you do. Yeah, we know where you live. Yeah.
Well, at the end of the show, we'll talk about who I have on this week.
Okay. All right. Sounds good to me. There we go. There's our countdown timer.
Will there be bacon? Asking for a friend.
Just one piece.
Just one piece.
Just one piece.
There will be polls for you, Richard.
Cool.
So you can do your performance.
Live from the peanut butter, the peanut gallery. What's up, Ben?
Richard was struggling through his little montage today. It was like, tonight we have one. I mean, you could see he paused when he was thinking, like, crap, who would he have on the show tonight again? That's Ben's not, you could see him at a point where, like, crap, I almost said Ben and Andy. And
dude, I was struggling just making the video because I had to drink a pot of coffee.
They were fired.
We also struggle with double drop kick.
Well, see,
not hard. DDK.
See, Mark,
how about I let you do it this week?
Mark didn't put the milk and cookies in there, so that's why Ben's not on.
Oh, some milk and cookies.
Yeah.
He didn't give us milk and cookies.
I'll just defer to you when we give the shout out.
No, this is your show. You're going to do it, or you're not going to get that $1.48 check from the DAV network.
Part of my job is delegation.
Oh God!
Yeah,
shout out to Championship Figgy Brothers. Go join a great group.
Absolutely. Northern Michigan Wrestling Society. That's another good group. Love those wrestling belts. Championship Belt Brothers. Wide World of Belts, of course.
See, now you're just trying to. I'm trying to give one person a shout out. Now Mark wants to include everybody.
It's my show. It's what you said. I didn't know I was supposed to do all that. I'm sorry.
Technical difficulties.
Let's get started. Good, good evening, everybody. I'm sorry I'm laughing. Kevin's doing some stuff in the back. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Good evening. It is Thursday night. It is time to go spanning the globe. My name is Mark Maggard. I'm your host for the evening. We are short two hosts, so we have a substitute. Ben and Andy are otherwise engaged. Don't start that rumor.
Not together.
So, yeah. Not together. No. Not together. Yeah, that's our rumor. That would be a bad thing, I'm thinking. So, Kevin Davenport from the Double Dropkick podcast has stepped in to assist us tonight. Welcome, Kevin.
Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome in everybody else. Glad to be here. Glad to fill in for the big shoes of the two big guys that make the show run.
Absolutely. This show is sponsored by Mark Leather Championship Belt Leathering and by Ashley's Southern Designs. As the aforementioned Kevin has a podcast coming up Saturday night. It is the Double Dropkick Podcast. Saturday night. Kevin will be talking about that later. He's got a great show lined up on Saturday night, so be sure you give him a check up on, a review, or a subscribe, and support the show. And he'll be talking about his content for Saturday night later on the show. We're looking forward to that. Part of the DAV network. We're happy to be a part of that.
That's right, we are.
We're going to tip one up for the DAV network. So let's see what we got watching the show tonight. I know we have the usual suspects. Mr. Chris Raines, good evening.
Hey,
What's up, Chris?
Andy and Ben are not here. Fooled you on that one. Mark Laverty.
Mark, hope your mom's doing good.
What's that?
I said I hope his mom's doing good.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Mom had a procedure.
Hello, Lisa.
What is up, Lisa?
Hope she's doing better. She had a medical issue going on, so
Yes, shout out to her too.
should be. Chris is saying hello to Kevin. Hello, Andrea.
Hey, Andrea, what's up?
Tell Andy we miss him. Platinum, good
Hey,
evening.
Platinum, hope you're doing well too.
Absolutely.
Checking on your friends out there, Platinum. Saying a prayer for you. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Also want to
Jim?
recognize the fact that our makers over in Pakistan have suffered some devastating floods. They've suffered some damage to their facilities. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers.
Stay patient, people.
Yep. Be patient. Some people have not been.
That's the topic for another day.
Yeah.
Hour two.
Hour two. Andy. There's Andy watching from vacation.
I never miss it. Yeah, you are.
Holiday Road.
I found a key underneath your mat too to your house, so everything's good inside. I
There
just
you
checked.
go. Yeah.
What's
Thanks for
up,
the
Jay?
booking. Oh, Jason
you.
Cortez.
Hey, there,
Carl
CJ.
Smith. CJ Smith. Be sure to check out Northern Michigan Wrestling Society. That's his group, Facebook group. Help support him. Oh no, you're not. DDK.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I'm throwing. Throw them DDKs up.
Absolutely. There's old Nor. Nor. That's right.
Good to see you, buddy. Always great smile on that picture.
Yes,
Love
big
that picture.
portraits from Malaysia. Ben Walker.
Hey, Ben. Hope you're doing good. Hope everything went good today.
That brings to mind, I need to cover this before I forget. I'll try to do it again at the end of the show. A programming note, we will not be on the air next week. We don't have a show next week. Good reason for that is it is someone's birthday, and that person was threatened that we would have a show because his family was taking him out to dinner. So.
Isn't that person turning 75 next week?
I think 105.
Somewhere in that
Bonkers. How you doing, man? We've missed you on DDK. Where you been at? Lane.
Appreciate you watching. Hello, Lane. Howdy.
Yeah.
Rick Hernandez.
What's up, hermano?
Hernandez.
Jerry Bonner.
Jerry, what's up,
Jerry?
Antonio Mendoza.
What's up?
Working on that leather, hopefully.
Yeah, officer. Is this customs immigration custom enforcement? Okay, I got an address for you.
Absolutely. So I'll get back to the comments here in a minute. I had to have a belt of the week. I want to show off here, and I'm going to pull it up here real quick.
Where'd you leave off? Okay. Huh? There you go.
There we go. Belt of the week comes courtesy of myself. This is the belt. I'm going to put up the video. It is the WCCW American Heavyweight Championship held by Gino Hernandez, Chris Adams, Kerry Von Erich, Rick Rude. In fact, this was the belt that was held as the WCCW Heavyweight Championship till they got the new belt made. Rick Rude was champion. This belt was made by Mayon Championship Belts. It is a 3mm. Got a nice slight curve to the main plate. I love this style of belt. It's a lot like the NWA TV.
Yes, beautiful design. Beautiful design. Simple, but it hits as a championship belt.
Mm-hmm.
And you put this on your leather. How?
I did.
How long ago was this one now?
I think it was
last
last
year. You did this one, right?
Yeah, about a year ago, I think. Double loop lacing on the strap. Not much tooling. In fact, there's no tooling except for I think I stamped my maker's mark on it. It's the only tooling was on.
I like the basic tooling and the the lacing.
Yeah. Guys, Magger's one of the best lacers in the business. If you want it done right and properly, he's got some incredible people in the hobby from a long time, from myself, but also Hazard said his lacing was impeccable. He's got some openings, so you guys got to hit him up. Get your stuff on American leather, even if it's some of your shop stuff. It's unbelievable what real leather can do to a belt.
There's a curve on the main plate. Thank you for that, by the way. Appreciate that. This is like the third one I've owned, and it's the last one I will own.
If I must say, the ladies say Mark does a great backing.
Thank you. I pride myself on having smooth lacing, or smooth backing. So, but I enjoy doing lacing. It's not my favorite thing to do, but once I get going on it, it goes pretty quick. So
let's cover it so everybody can know. Yes, you know those razor blades that have, when you flip them over, they have that thin one that you can do your sideburns, and I have sideburns. Well, I was in the shower getting ready for the show, and I'm just doing the bottom like this, but I guess I got too close, and I took that bottom of that point and I stabbed it right into the chin. Man, it looked like I murdered a chicken inside of that tub. But it hurt, man. It absolutely hurt.
Oh, I felt that.
Yeah, you got hit by some sweet chin music.
Yes, I certainly did. I did. It hurt, man. But I blame the one and only Ben Walker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's Ben Walker's fault.
There's Tamaj. I skipped something. Hold on, I'm trying to get my bearings here. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers on the Wide World of Belts YouTube channel. And once we get there, we're going to be giving away this beautiful belt. This is a Winged Eagle by Unique Championship Belts. It is dual plated CNC 4mm. with a full belt tip, 2-piece tip. It will be on my leather. This one is actually my personal belt, but this will be identical to it. But we have to get to 500 subscribers, and once we do, we'll come up with a giveaway. We are just over 230. I'd like to be about 250 by next week if at all possible. So if you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so and hit that share and the thumbs up button. Help this channel grow. We greatly appreciate it. And also, Kid would appreciate you doing the same thing with Double Dropkick on YouTube.
Absolutely.
And where can they find Double Dropkick? We're all, not just YouTube. Where else?
We are on Facebook. We are on Twitter, or excuse me, X, Truth Social, and Instagram. And now we are on TikTok.
Ooh.
Ethan's handling that. So
Cool.
Awesome. Very good. Very good. I need to get on TikTok. I'm on TikTok, but the show's not on TikTok.
yeah, we share our little shorts and little things, little funny things that happen on the show all the time, and me bleeding everywhere. It's a good time.
Okay. I've got a leather project going on. I kind of have an empty workbench, but I kind of don't. I'm wrapping up a project right now. I think I have a belt coming in, but I got a unique situation come up. I had a guy hit me up to do backing on a belt, and I turned him down initially because I just don't like doing backing. It's not very profitable. Don't make a lot of money, but he persisted, and I agreed to do it. However, the belt came with Velcro. I've never done Velcro, so I accepted the challenge. He shipped the belt, and this is what I did so far. I got the mail-in done.
Wow, that's good.
Where's the other side of that one here? Here's the back of it. And the mistake I made on this one is I should have done like the original strap came, and did the stitching before I put the backing on. But I got anxious and put the backing on because I was nervous about this belt, but it turned out okay. However,
okay, it looks great, bro.
Thank you.
Stop.
However,
however,
the Velcro I ordered, because I destroyed the old Velcro getting it off, I had to order. It came in 4-inch wide strips, 4 inches by 9 feet long rolls, which would be fine, except for the fact that the male end right there, as you see, is exactly 4 inches wide. The chisel holes for the stitching are like 1/8 of an inch inside the outer edges of that strap, which is fine on that end. However, when I got to the female end, the other opposite end, I found that it was either 1/8 or 1/4 inch wider than the male end. Wow. So what I had to do was cut 2 strips of female, or the other side of the Velcro, and stitch them together, which is what I did here to make it work. That one's not done yet, by the way. That's the end I'm finishing up. So you see the stitching up there is not quite done. And I had also put, because there was nothing stopping them from peeling up in the middle, I had to stitch across the snap box. I didn't like doing that, but didn't have an option. It's hard to see unless you really look close. So I should be finished up with this one sometime tomorrow and get it shipped back out to the client.
Not bad for a first time, Mark.
Thank you. I don't like stitching. It's hard, especially with this, because this Velcro had self-adhesive on the back, and when you go to push the needle through there, it's harder to push through, and it gets gummed up because of the adhesive. And they do make non-adhesive. However, I didn't want to fool with the double-sided tape to hold it in place while I stitched it.
Richard, did you share this in the other group?
Which? Oh, there. It's shared in all the groups. Mark did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, I did. I'm gonna do it right now. Thank you.
Oh, my bad.
Richard. Well, we'll go through the comments while Mark's doing that, or Richard can do it.
Yeah, go ahead, do that.
Which? There was 2 options there. Richard, do it, or are you going to do it, Mark? And
do the comments. I'm gonna put the.
There you go. Jim's laughing at me and my chin. Yes, it does. Mark does a tremendous job on his leather. He's too modest. I don't know why he's got some openings right now, but you guys have got to hit him up. He's reasonable. He is super, super fast. An extra $20, he'll get it done in a weekend.
There we go. We're all done.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Right. Didn't think I was listening, did you?
Nope. He does do great work. He does do great work.
Okay, we are now in all 3 of the groups.
Jason,
he doesn't like to toot his own horn, but he's really good at what he does.
Toot.
Yeah, Jason said you did a great job on his lacing as well.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
he's still waiting on that cod piece though that you
you. Cod
promised
piece,
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Well, he needs to come over with the sizing. I got to measure it.
He said the jock strap would be perfect for him.
There you go. Okay. Before we get on to our main topic, I have one more thing I want to talk about. We've got some scamming going on. So I've got a couple of scam alerts, and I'm going to bring them up really quick. Actually, I have one. I'm sorry. I have one.
Scam alert. Brought to you by the dad.
I lied. I do
Oh,
have
gold.
two. They weren't together. And I may have covered this one before, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. And these are a couple situations where someone's pictures are being used by someone else. And
Get this banner out of the way.
this is Vincent LaPointe's picture. And this guy is, or this company is using his picture to sell this winged eagle. So if you see this title trove belts, don't deal with him because you're not sure what you're going to get. This is not his. This is not their work. This is this. I think this is an Orm belt, because Vincent loves Orm belts.
Yes. Yes.
So and Orm does a great work, but you may not get Orm quality with this guy. So don't deal with this.
But he admitted it, that wasn't his picture, but it's still you're fooling people as to you're going to come close to that, and it's not. Use your own picture, and it's unacceptable to use your other, no matter if you're saying it or not. Now, if you're using a picture saying I love this belt, it's beautiful, but if you're using to promote your work or what you're going to get or what you're going to do, don't use it. It's wrong.
Absolutely. The other one is not exactly the same kind of deal. However, Stephen Hammer, a good friend of ours, he has also had his name and likeness used. Now, I'm not sure if they're putting up belts for sale or not, but if you see this Stephen Hammer, no, it's not Stephen Hammer, it's James Peterson, but he's using Stephen Hammer's pictures. So,
That's crazy.
Yeah, that one's kind of weird.
And you can see that I pasted down. If you will go under these people's names, click those three dots there, it'll say copy link or share link. If you click on that and then paste it in your internet search bar, not the search bar, but where it's HTTP, you see where it says down here on the right hand side, that picture HTTP. If you copy their link and put it down, that's who that account's registered to. Do you see that name there?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That whatever 731.
That's got to be a maker. I'm sure it's a maker.
It's usually some scammers. They can be from, there's a lot from Cambodia, from India, from all kinds of places, Taiwan, that will just use stuff just to scam people out of belts and stuff. But if you're ever wondering who the account is registered to, those three dots, copy their link, paste it in your internet address bar, and you'll find out exactly who that's registered to.
Ricky, that is no longer there. I deleted it. But I want to explain what happened. Kevin agreed, because we had this wonderful guest last week. If you didn't see the show last week, go back and watch that show. You'll thank yourself later. But there was some confusion over how we ended the show, how we end the stream. I always play the end credits. However, there's two different ways of doing that. Kevin agreed to put those up for me, but we didn't coordinate how to do it. And so it was a team effort. It made for good comedy. But
that's what you get for making fun of me that one night you were in here.
Yeah.
No, I know how to click a button off. I know how to click off. I was clicking off. It was just Mark had it up with in my OBS. You just play the one and it'll and then I manually turn it off myself. Mark has it set up in his StreamYard underneath the tab that we both use. He puts his in as it will. You can have a feature that'll automatically stop it for you. Gotcha. And his that's what he plays. I didn't play that. So when it stopped, we were still here and I'm hitting the end button and it wouldn't let me hit the end button. I'm like, no. And the StreamYard is telling me you have to play your end thing because you can't see it across the screen unless you're running it. It says, please end stream if you want to end your end video. I'm like, I'm not playing the whole video again. I had to overwrite it and it took a couple seconds.
I was half tempted to leave it up because it's just funny. It's just funny.
It was 100% my fault. I was producing the show for Mark that day because he had a lot of stuff to put up there and to go through, and I didn't know he had it set up that way. But now I do.
Stone Cold.
Little Stone Cold Steve. But it was comedy. It was funny. I got a kick out of it. When I realized I was still alive, I was talking. I thought, "Uh-oh, now I've done it."
You could hear my clicker going click, 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 because I was having to click 10 times to say, "Do you sure you do?" Because it was like, "Do you not want to play your end video again? Do you want to do this one? Are you sure you want to end stream?" I'm like, "Look, StreamYard, I've hit this button 15 times in the stream."
At least I wasn't doing this in the camera when we were still alive.
That one was funny. I sat down. I was like, Richard, we're still live. No, we're not. No, we're not. I said, click it in. I did. I said, Richard, no, you didn't. I did. I said, see that little right-hand button that says, I clicked it. And he goes, I said, it'll ask you to click it again. He goes, oh, yeah, there we go. It cuts out when he goes, there you go. You want to give a shout out to who? Who was that? What was that?
I'm going to put it back up there. I know what that's about.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My bad.
I
didn't know who did shout out. I want to shout out anybody that's get a shout out. I'll shout them out.
Yeah, that was a gist.
Oh, behave. Behave.
Yep, it's your fault, Ben. It's always your fault.
But honestly, that was all on me. You know, I like to be, you know, and we had communicated. Actually, no, I didn't. I had a bunch of jobs in the back. I was taking, you know, helping Mark out, which I love to do, and I was just producing the show or whatever that day, and I didn't know that he had that thing in there. He loves the, what did he say?
The record scratch sound effect from you.
You love the what?
Yeah, that. Yeah, I know shit about. Yeah, but yeah, it was funny. But I edited it out because I don't know why I was going to leave it up, but I took it down. So let's get to our main topic tonight, which is we talked
I see
about
where you're going, Ricky.
We did the oops. Oh, I clicked on you. Clicked it off. Okay. The Mount Rushmore of these promotions. We're talking about WWE, WWF, WWE, WCW, NWA, and WCCW. And Richard, if you want to go first, I'll let you go first.
Oh man. I'm gonna do WWF/WWE and WCW.
Okay. And before everybody in the comments, give your to your Mount Rushmore. So this is 4 people, right, on your Mount Rushmore. Your 4 greatest in the promotion. Let's give a little guidelines to where, if because we're going to do these 4, they can overlap, because you can have somebody that was in the NWA and the WCW both be on your Mount Rushmore, because there was one that was over the other. So give your best 4 and whatever, and we're starting out with what, WWE?
Yeah, I'll do WWE/WWF.
Gotcha.
I'm going to do Hogan, Undertaker, Stone Cold, and John Cena.
Gotcha.
As my Mount Rushmore for WWE/WWF.
Why is that? Why them? Come on.
Hogan, because of the whole, you know, bringing wrestling out to where it is today, the entertainment wise, loved by millions of fans all over the world. Just the way he came out, like I said, that my image of Hulk Hogan will always remain in my head of him coming out of the tunnel to the eye of the tiger, and that is pictured in my head all the time. When I think of Hulk Hogan, I think of that entrance, the very first time seeing him come out. Undertaker, him coming out to the bells, the smoke, you know, and his big entrance. Stone Cold, who wouldn't love to beat up their boss and get paid for it?
Yeah.
And no matter if he was a heel or he was a face, the fans still loved him the way it was, you know, and just to see where he brought his career. And then John Cena, I mean, the GOAT of wrestling right now. Loved by millions of kids all over the world. A lot of stuff he does out of the ring, like his Make-A-Wish for these kids. it's not just exactly what he does in the ring, it's what he does out of the ring for the children. And just to see so much stuff he does, people don't realize how much stuff he does out of the ring that he's been doing for a long time.
Not bad.
And then my WCW one would have to be.
We're not gonna.
Oh, you're doing one at a time? Okay.
One at a time, so we can see. That way we can get the commenters, and so we won't be behind on the comments. Okay. I think. But y'all.
That was my WWE/WWF.
Richard not listening to Mark. Golly, Mark.
I actually didn't have a ground rule set up, so.
Yeah, you did. I heard him tell you in the pre-show. He said, "Richard, don't you go ahead of the show. I tell you what. You do that all the time.
Can never have fun."
Mark, Mark, who's your WWF, WWE guys?
Okay, I've got Hulk Hogan. I think everybody's probably going to have Hulk Hogan as number one on their list for the same reasons Richard said. I mean, he basically brought wrestling into the mainstream. And I kind of found it ironic that, you know, he was fired from WWF by Vince Sr. because he did that movie. And yet when he made his return to win the championship, he came out to Eye of the Tiger, which was part of that movie. I found that really ironic. So also on my list, I had Roddy Piper. Had to have a foil for the hero. Roddy Piper was the ultimate heel.
Oh, wow. Piper.
Yeah, Piper. I mean, you got Piper's Pit. You got him hitting Jimmy Snuka over the head with a coconut. I mean, there's some very memorable.
A real coconut, nonetheless.
Yeah, real coconut. Yes. He was about as bad a person you could be in professional wrestling. But he could also be a good baby face, which is really funny. But I mean, I saw somebody commented they had Bruno Sammartino on their list. I'm going with my list because although Bruno was champion for years, that was before my time. So I'm sticking with what I actually watched. But Piper, Hogan are at the top of my list. Undertaker, of course. Why would you have Undertaker? That legendary entrance of his that takes about 10 minutes. Him lifting up his arms and the lights going, getting brighter, and he just had some epic matches. And of course, we have the streak, the WrestleMania streak. So for that reason, I have him as my number 3. And then I was actually struggling with number 4 between Stone Cold Steve Austin and John Cena. And since you picked John Cena, I'm gonna go Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, like you said, who gets to beat up their boss in a hospital bed, hit him with a bedpan, have him kiss your butt, kiss your ass, whatever. He brought the beer truck in. He brought he brought some other the Zamboni. Did he bring a Zamboni in the ring?
Yep, down to the ring. Yep,
some epic, not just matches, but just little vignettes. So that's my top 4: Hogan, Piper, Undertaker, and Austin.
Since you had Piper on your top 4, did you guys know that his leather jacket was thick enough so it was unpenetratable because he got stabbed one time coming down to the ring?
Unpenetratable?
What did you say?
Unpenetratable.
That's what. Oh, come on. You know what I mean.
Say Arnold's name.
Arnold Parma. Arnold Parma.
Unpenetratable.
Hey,
coffee, dang it!
It's Wardenisms. I'm gonna start writing the book. It's Wardenisms.
Who do you think you are, Santino Marella?
Right?
Penetratable.
I've had a few ex-girlfriends like that.
Oh, hey now.
Oh,
we're only in the first hour.
Oh, no, he didn't.
I did.
You got somebody that just was able to bring on your guy here.
Worcestershire sauce.
I'll go and bring him on. We got another co-host joining us now, substitute co-host from the broadcast. Oops, it wasn't him. Where'd he go? Oh, no. Sorry, Ben. I was looking at the wrong thing. Ben, you're joining us tonight.
What is up?
What's up? Everybody?
Ben made it.
That's my cue to leave.
Sorry about that.
Ashley's like, that's my cue to leave.
I'm glad Ben was able to get through that wall. I mean, that it was not unpenetratable.
That's right. That's right. However, the Shockmaster did not find an unpenetratable wall.
Ashley's like, what podcast did I just tune into?
I didn't know she was still watching.
What's up?
Okay,
That's
Ben, we're
my
talking
fault.
about our Mount Rushmores of WWE or WWF, WWE. What, you have your list?
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Okay, go ahead.
It's easy. Hogan.
Okay.
I also have Austin,
Okay.
Undertaker, and The Rock.
The Rock.
Okay.
And a lot of those guys all got the WWE and they helped their popularity and they helped maintain it and they helped recover it because remember WWE was on the downturn for a little bit.
Yep.
And it wasn't for the Undertaker, and if it wasn't for Austin and The Rock, WWE was in trouble.
Yeah, they were losing the Monday Night Wars.
Especially when the Monday Night Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, there's other names you could plug in there, and I've seen some comments with Triple H. He could be plugged in there. Shawn Michaels, of course. But this is my list. So whatever you guys say in the comment section, it's not even anything to debate about because you can plug these interchangeable pieces in there. You can plug in there.
Oh,
No
there's
right
so
or
many
wrong.
people could be in there.
Yeah,
Right.
So
no,
many people.
no right or wrong. Your
Did-
opinion.
There's not a wrong answer. As long as I know some people are going to get sensitive again, separate the man from the character. Hulk Hogan's name's got to go on there. It's got to go on there. Oh man, what did I miss?
I misspelled that.
It's got to go on there, man. For you not to include Hogan's name, that's the only one I would be objective to that you didn't include because again, I said this during his tribute, and I said this again, we all wouldn't be watching. Most of us wouldn't be watching if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan.
Exactly.
It's the truth. No matter what you think about the guy's views, what you think about Terry Bollea, the character Hulk Hogan put the butts in seats and got everybody watching.
Yep.
He brought it in the mainstream. All the rest of those guys, again, I feel helped bring that company up because again, they were down. They were dying.
Wasn't he the first wrestler to do movies?
Mark, are you okay?
Also,
No,
Yeah, I'm okay.
no, he wasn't the first because I guess like Vern Gagne and some of the other guys. Had
Oh,
done
okay,
movies,
that's right.
but they wasn't popular. They wasn't mainstream.
Gotcha.
They were B movies. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Hogan just did something different, and there's my Mount Rushmore.
Cool.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, you can't be wrong with it. And again, we don't know these guys outside of the characters. None of us do.
Right. No.
So we don't know what they're like in their personal life. If they like people, don't like people, what they do. They all do great charitable works. And Hogan did. One person made a mistake, apologized for it over and over and over again. Now it's on you if you have the issue to not accept the apology and move on, because you can accept and stay away. But, if you're a person of faith, somebody says apology, you can't, we all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect.
Absolutely.
Good say.
Kevin, did you cover yours?
Oh, no. Mine was easy. First and foremost, at the top of that Mount Rushmore, I think for all of wrestling, but for easily for WWE/WWF, it's Hulk Hogan, I think secondly is easily the guy that just main evented and took WrestleMania to different heights. The Undertaker. I think the person that saved Hogan saved WWF the first time, and then I think the person that saved when they were getting pounded in the Monday Night Wars. If it had not been for Stone Cold Steve Austin and bringing in that Attitude Era, it would be the reverse. We would have WCW / W, whatever. They would have won out on those wars because if it hadn't been for him and Rock doing that, trying to read that and
It's just,
I'm sorry. Where was that? Hulk Hogan, the Stone Cold, the Undertaker, and then I have the one who just was holding the first generation of WWF / Bruno. You have to have. I think you have to put Bruno on there, in my opinion.
Sure.
There's a lot of guys you can put on there. You could certainly put Cena on there. You could certainly put Andre the Giant on there. Michaels, I think, would be kind of iffy. I think Brett would kind of be iffy with some people. I look on longevity, star power, what they did, what they took, the height, the pop. You certainly could put Rock on there, but I just think the others did a little bit more for that. But I do believe that Rock and Stone Cold they saved when they came in and started fighting it. That taking it to the Attitude Era. That saved the Monday Night Wars because they were there was a couple documentaries and even Vince says we were about to be month to month. Well, no, you're good. It wasn't you. If I try to read a comment, I'll lose my train of thought because of my head stuff. No, keep the jokes up. I love it. It wasn't you. Absolutely, it's my brain the way it works. It's actually Mark's fault. We're putting a comment up there.
I'm in one of those moods today, so
it's my fault because it's unpenetrable.
Mark's shirt actually says Dusty sucks Mark's feet, so that's why you just don't see the rest of it.
Thanks.
Yeah, my brain is not unpenetratable. Ben, did you even know what we were talking about when you hear that?
I think that's the gap between me coming in here.
Richard was talking about the Undertaker's coat, that he had one specially made and it was unpenetratable.
Because it was Piper's leather jacket.
Because he had got stabbed one time, so it was unpenetratable.
Yeah.
That's what happens when I try to talk fancy. I'm sorry.
We love you, bro. That was my slurs make me, and you and your post to post goal, make you and Ben King of people off their lawn and Mark selling feet picks. That is what makes us all us.
I'm writing a book. It's the Wardenisms.
Yeah,
we're trying to have fun with the show. We're having a lot of fun so far.
Oh, it's so great. It's absolutely comments are. We love it. Let's just let's hope we just are not unpenetratable tonight.
That's right. So that brings us to WCW.
Yeah,
Richard, go ahead with your list.
Okay, WCW is pretty simple. I got to go Ric Flair. I got to go Sting. I got to go Dusty Rhodes, and I got to bring in. This was a hard one, the last one. I was torn between Lex Luger and Ricky Steamboat.
Okay.
For WCW?
Yes.
Ricky Steamboat in there. That can be unpenetratable.
Mm.
I'm not gonna let this down.
I picked Luger first because
come on, Mark, put him on the spot.
When Luger first came out, how jacked he was and the shape that he was in. I mean, yes, he was stiff while he was in the ring.
No, I'm talking about Steamboat.
But Steamboat, just the dragon thing, the martial arts thing, it had to be hooked.
Yeah.
So those would be my 4 for WCW.
All right.
I mean, you can add a bunch of people. I mean, Booker T, I mean, the list goes on and on. But this is
I'll
our
look into the comments
personal
to get
views.
your answers.
Yeah, this is our personal views. But there's so
Goldberg
many
made a
to
list.
pick from. There's so many to pick from.
Goldberg made Stone Cold Steve's list.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
I mean, you can't. I mean, you could argue that, but it's a
you can
tough
argue.
argument.
You can argue all of them. We certainly can
You
argue Steamboat for WCW.
Well, actually, if you think about it, Steamboat actually transcended the NWA to WCW to WWF.
That's why I picked him.
So,
But was he on the Mount Rushmore for WCW to holding titles to be the best in that brand?
good point. Good point.
I just think, you know,
That's a good one, Chris.
Now I'm gonna go with Chris's.
Ron Simmons, that's a good one.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with that right there. I go with those.
Perfect picks.
And even number 4, I could substitute that for Goldberg. Again, it could be interchangeable. Because look what Goldberg did for WCW.
Uh-huh.
Look what he did for WCW. And again, people you can have your own opinion, but I can go with that 4. I can go with the 4 that Mendoza put up there. Chris's and Mendoza's list.
I
agree. Could, to me, in my opinion, it could be either one of those lists.
you could make an argument for Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero. How can I miss that one?
I consider him. I did. I really did.
All right, and Mark, what's your list?
My list is
And then we'll get to Ben's.
mine was Ric Flair, followed by Sting, Arn Anderson,
Wow.
and Luger. And Luger
Okay.
was a tough sell for me, but I just couldn't. I had a tough time with it, but I put it on there. But Ric Flair, obviously, because he was a champion for most of the time. His legendary promos, so he could talk, and you could make that argument for NWA. You could also make that argument for WWF. But I picked him at WCW because that's kind of middle of the road there. Sting because he was WCW heavyweight champion.
Mhm.
He could do a promo. He had the two personalities. He had the surfer Sting. He had the crow Sting. Especially when he made Crow Sting, he was coming out of the rafters. I mean, people were scared of him.
Yep.
So he was a presence in the ring.
Yep.
Arn Anderson.
Absolutely.
That was a last minute addition to my list because that guy could cut a promo.
Yes.
Everywhere.
And the best promo he ever cut was the My Spot promo.
He was just mean, and his
Mm-hmm.
perfectly the way his promos were like,
Yeah,
like in your face.
he was gonna kick your ass, and he'd make you believe it.
Yep.
And he was a horseman. He was one of the original horsemen. So
Mhm.
you had to have a horseman on the list. Now, Ric Flair obviously was because he was world champion, but Arn Anderson made my list, and then Luger, WCW heavyweight champion, U.S. heavyweight champion. They named a belt after him, the Luger U.S.
Mhm.
He was a presence in the ring. Not great on the mic, but he was pretty good in the
No.
ring. Very dominant in the ring. So, and he was another one that transcended NWA into WCW. He's either going to be on my WCW list or my NWA list. So I put him on WCW because I thought he had more success there.
Mm-hmm.
Ben's had a good list.
Good one, CJ.
No, I'll go with Flair, Luger, Sting, and it could be either Ron Simmons or it could be Goldberg. I'll put a slash and an asterisk with those two. Ron Simmons is in there because of he made history.
Hey, bouncer. Where's our bouncer
Right.
at?
Hey,
We got a drunk in the chat.
Hey,
right.
Stone Cold, I can bet
Lay off the
bet
beers,
a light
man.
on that one.
Right.
light tube to the throat on that one.
Oh man, Vince Russo. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's that company. That company rose. It rose out of the ashes of the NWA. NWA died. It was dead, and they were able to break away and make their own company. So there's plenty that you can interchange with that, man. It's
I should have read that.
It's the interchangeable part. I can't wait for the next one because the next one's gonna be hard as hell to do.
Yep. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Kev, it's your turn.
Yeah.
I thought this one was just so dang tough.
It was.
And Hogan for what he did for NWO, because he was about ready to him turning heel. If he'd have just come as Hogan, I don't think he makes the list. But him winning as many titles that he did, the heel change, and then what that did for the business about kicking WWF just about out and putting them on the curb. Ric Flair, because of how many titles he won in WCW, always a main eventer. I think he's on the Mount Rushmore for WCW. My other one was the 5-time WCW champion, and he was a multi-time tag champion, Booker T. Booker T was on fire. Booker T was on fire in his promos. Yep. Booker T was on fire with his tag team. He was on fire as a singles wrestler. So I have Booker T in there, and then I just think you can't say anything about WCW without putting Sting in there. Yep. But this was really, really difficult for me. But those are my 4. But I had a really hard time leaving off Arn Anderson and the people that might think this is controversial. But if you go back and watch WCW from the time of its inception until the end, Bobby Eaton. Now, Bobby Eaton only held the tags. He had the tag titles and this, that, and he had tag titles. He held the NWA when they were part of it because he was holding the NWA tag titles while there was other WCW. But Bobby Eaton also was a television champion. But Bobby Eaton could wrestle anybody any night for 60 minutes and put on an absolute fabulous show. I had a very, very hard time leaving Bobby Eaton and Arn Anderson off of this list. Mm-hmm. Luger, I think you could have put on there, but I would have those 2 above Luger, and people may think that's shocking because Luger won the title, and that's fine. But I had a hard time leaving off Bobby and Arn. And Bobby was just for what he did as a tag team champion in WCW, and he was Mark, remember how many times Bobby was paired with a tag guy, and he made him great. He was great with several tag partners, and he was great with them in WCW. Then he was put in part of a syndicate. He was great. And then when he was alone, he was great. And the pop that he got when he beat Arn Anderson for that, Bobby Eaton was a worker. And if you will go back and watch interviews, and people know I love the Rock and Roll Express, but I did not until I became an adult and watching everything again to about 21, till I did not appreciate listening to what Hulk Hogan says, what Nikita Koloff would say, Ric Flair would say, all the greats said who was the best person in the ring to wrestle at night when you felt Bobby Eaton. So this one, the WCW was the most hard for me but you can't leave off Booker T because 5-time world champion and what he did in the tag ranks. Mm-hmm. And sucker could he cut a promo, and he could cut a promo with, oh man, what did I just say? Mm-hmm. That was funny. Sensational Sherry's reaction to that when she just patted him and smiled. It's okay. It's all right. Because I don't think most people caught it until he did the hand thing in his head when he did you catch it immediately, Ben, when he said it?
Yeah, I was watching it live. Okay. I was watching it live when he said it.
I didn't until he put his hand. Then I said, well, maybe he did say that.
I was like, damn, man, he was hyped. He was excited for that promo.
That's what made Sherry so great. Sherry just patted him and smiled, and it letting him know, head up, it's okay, it's good, we're all right. It was almost like better you than me.
Right?
Because if she'd have said
Yeah, by the way, Bobby, can you do me a favor back? I got Flair's rope. Can you take my picture in it?
But yeah, I think a lot of times, and everybody knows this, I think Bobby Eaton is just, I miss him dearly.
He was fantastic in the ring. He really was.
And this is coming from a kid that would just watch in certain places. I'm seriously, my dad and me got to watch. He would do the tag team wrestling, and it'd be almost a 45-minute match at the noontime show in Norfolk Square. And then they'd be at the Hampton Coliseum for the 8 p.m. match. And then he'd do a singles match that was 60 minutes with Wahoo McDaniels.
Wow.
All in the same day. He was just a freaking worker. But you put him on the mic and he sounded like Hillbilly Jim. He wasn't great on the mic. Because we all know from that, you Tully, you trash, you piece of trash, you're trash, you piece of trash.
What's up, E?
Hey, look what we got here.
We'll bring him in. We'll bring him in.
Oh, he was watching. He was watching.
I need to apologize for being late. No, I got home. I don't get off until 5:30 my time. And I got home and I get a comic. Do you guys ever do comic book deliveries where you get like subscribe to comics?
I don't.
Dude, well, my comic book came today, so I got caught up reading it. It's my favorite comic of all time, The Unpenetratable.
Oh yeah,
I thought you had your door was unpenetratable, so you're having to kick it in or something.
He's a Who by day and he's unpenetratable by night.
There you go.
And
were you sitting on the throne when you was reading that?
I was.
That's the best place to read.
I did some of my best reading on the throne.
Right.
You can't walk afterward.
Until your legs fall asleep.
Yeah.
So
I need to stop that. Sorry, my bad, Mark.
No, that's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Forgetting where I'm at. Richard, you're okay with us making? You're not. I don't want to get him up.
No, I'm good, guys. I'm a good.
Y'all can make fun of my chin if you want.
No, I'm good, guys.
Not by the hair of
Is
my
that how
chin.
you? Is that how you and Tyler made up last night?
No, that's how I was trying to get through Talmadge's window to see his feet picture, but his window was unpenetratable, so I couldn't get in it.
Hey.
So I broke my chin on the glass when I was getting in there.
This is what I gotta say. If you can't joke around with your friends, and not take it personal, you guys, we wouldn't be friends if we couldn't joke with each other and take it.
But unpenetratable got everybody going.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that 500 subscribers is unpenetratable.
Well, since Ethan is on here, I'd like Ethan's take on WWF, WWE, Mount Rushmore, and WCW.
There you go, Lane. Yeah, he was.
Am I combining them? Or is it just two separate Rushmores?
You can do two separate, but you can have one on the other because the WCW and NWA overlapped. But you could put one on the other. We can come back to you if you want time to think because I didn't tell him about this topic.
No, I got it. So WWE, I'll go WWE, WWF first because it's pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, you got to have the immortal one, Hulk Hogan. Has to. That's a has to. I think you have to have Stone Cold Steve Austin because he saved WWE from the Monday Night Wars.
Told you. This is why he's on DDK. This is why he's my sidekick. He's why the co-owner of Dab Network. I'm telling you.
This is going to be an unpopular one right now because of his recent antics, but I got to give it to The Rock. Rock played a feudal role in that whole thing. So that's what, 3?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then you're going to go,
dude. Come on,
Undertaker.
You got the same 4 I got.
Yep.
Same 4. Yeah.
You gonna leave Hogan off?
I thought he was
the immortal Hogan first. Number 1.
Hogan first.
He was 1.
I am completely sorry. I will take back my anger right now.
Your anger is unpenetratable.
Yeah, it's unpenetratable, Kevin.
I'm sorry. I'll give myself another cut.
You know it's not unpenetratable. Kevin's chin, apparently.
Yeah. Ethan was on his 3D printer that night, and I was just like, "Oh, we're printing out pictures."
But I'm gonna preface the Undertaker. I want to interchange him with somebody else. If I can have a half face, this one's gonna be another. It's gonna be a curveball. I'm throwing Mankind out there because it's Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, that whole bit.
Yeah.
He played a feudal role in a lot of these guys. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock.
This is true.
A lot of their stories. There is Mankind.
This is true.
Don't forget the cage match where he got thrown off.
That's it. But WCW, I'm gonna go. I'm going. Surfer Sting is. I go Sting, but I really love Surfer Sting. Surfer Sting would be one of them.
I didn't like him as the NWO Sting. Yeah, I didn't like him with all the NWO stuff and I liked him as Surfer.
I'm putting Ric Flair as WCW NWO that category. So you gotta have Ric Flair. Sting, Ric Flair, Flexi Lexi. I mean, I think you have to.
You're making me feel better about my pick.
Hey, Ethan, this is a 2-hour show. Just so you know, man.
I'm sorry. I'm feeling good. Flexi Lexi, and I think the last one I'm gonna have to go.
Drop kick. God.
I'm gonna have to go.
He's like this one.
I'm stumped on this one.
Really? It's hard. The WCW one is hard.
You can do. You know
who I'm gonna put? I'm gonna put on there. I'm gonna put a double face on
Eddie.
there.
You got Eddie. Huh?
Well, see, that's the thing is you can go Booker, Eddie, but Booker to me was always with the tag team.
He was 5 times.
Harlem Heat. I know, but that's. I'm gonna go Eddie, but part of me wants to go Steiner's as a little double face. I used to enjoy the Steiner's matches like hell.
That'd be
good picks.
Yeah, it'd be a little.
You're cheating. You're cheating.
We could do a Mount Rushmore with tag teams too.
Point of order. He's using a tag team. Point of order.
It would be penetratable though.
Yeah, it is. It's unpenetratable. Yep. Absolutely. It is.
I'm just saying.
Price check on unpenetratable tampons on aisle 4, please.
We got 2 more promotions to go. We got 3 minutes for hour number 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the video for hour number 2. You are watching Span the Globe on the Dab Network. Welcome back to Span the Globe. We are actually early for hour number 2, but we got a pretty good topic going here. We are going over our picks for the Mount Rushmore of 4 different promotions: WWF, WWE, WCW, NWA, and WCCW. And we are to the NWA. And I clicked on the wrong thing. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Oh, you're clicking on it too. Okay. Figure out what the banners was.
I was just promoing for second hour.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Richard, who's your top 4 for NWA?
NWA. Harley Race.
Okay.
Ric Flair.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a hard one for me. Harley Race, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes.
But Jim,
I'm stumped on the last one.
There's a lot to pick from there.
Yeah.
We can come back to you after you hear some. It might jog your memory to hear some and hear some things.
Mm-hmm. So, like I said, Harley Race, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, and who else? Yeah, I'll come back to you guys on my last one.
Okay. Mine are Ric Flair. I've had him number 1 WCW, but he came from the NWA. He was NWA champion for the majority of the 80s. Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes. I'm on par with yours, Richard. And my last one is actually Ricky Steamboat. And there are many, many great wrestlers out there I left off because, quite frankly, the only ones I watched NWA territory was Georgia and I only got to see Ricky Steamboat through some of the Mid-Atlantic videos they showed on Georgia Championship Wrestling and the wrestling magazines. So Ric Flair, obviously, NWA champion for 3 or 4 of those years. Part of the race. You have to have him on your list. I mean, he was one of the better champions there was. As far as pure NWA champions, I think he held the title more times than anyone else. Toughest man on God's green earth. Dusty Rhodes. What can you say about Dusty Rhodes? I mean, he was at
What's up,
WCW,
Timmy? Thanks
WWF.
for watching.
Oh, Timmy.
Timmy, make sure you're subscribed and to the Double Dropkick podcast.
I can get back to that.
We're good. Go ahead with your stuff. We'll get to it.
And then Ricky Steamboat I put on there because he was a great tag team champion, world tag team champion, great singles champion, U.S. champion, Mid-Atlantic champion, and I think he held the NWA title before it went to WCW. So great in the ring, not so great on the microphone, but great in the ring. Tough as nails, looked great, had a great body, great athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I'm leaving a lot of people out because the NWA encompasses many, many territories around the country and the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of stuck with the Georgia, Mid-Atlantic area just because that's what I was familiar with. So
I got my fourth one. I got to go with Lane. Lane makes a good point. I got to say mine would be Arn Anderson, Terry Funk.
All right.
I'm stuck between the both of them for my last one.
I consider Terry Funk.
Yeah.
Flair, Dusty, Race, and Magnum TA.
That's a tag team. They're Stone Cold.
I liked Magnum, but his career is too short. I let you off because there's so much potential lost there.
Yeah, he could have been one of the best of all time in NWA.
Yeah, but the time he was there.
Oh my God, was he ever over?
He was at the top of the card. He popped.
5-second matches when you're over when you get the 5-second matches for each.
Hey, I'll pick on my Royal Warriors. Leave them alone. Yeah, I mean, I considered putting Wahoo in there.
Mm-hmm.
Love Wahoo McDaniel.
Yep.
Wahoo McDaniel worked with everybody.
Yes.
You could have put Tully Blanchard in there.
Could have.
You could have put Arn Anderson in there. You could have put Barry Windham in there.
Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper's in there. Greg Valentine in there.
Wow.
That fourth spot is a hard one to pick. The first three, if you don't have Flair, Dusty, and Race, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But that fourth one is a hard one, man. That's one of those ones you can interchange it. You can move it around. I've seen somebody say Kerry Von Erich. I do not agree with that one.
I don't either. I love Kerry.
He was not.
To me, he really wasn't NWA.
No.
World Class was NWA, sort of, kind of. But when we get to the next section, the next one, yeah.
It makes sense, yeah.
With Kerry, the NWA,
I agree, Stone Cold.
He was NWA champion less than a month. And it pains me to say that because I love Kerry.
That's like calling Giant Baba one of the greatest NWA champions of all time. He had 3 reigns of 17 days total.
Yeah.
Total of 17 days. No. So yeah, it's those are mine. But again, I can't. That fourth spot is very hard. I'm just I was a big Magnum TA fan. I always loved him versus Wahoo McDaniel in the steel cage for the U.S. title. One of my favorite matches of all time.
The Blanchard one was pretty good too. His 7-match series with Nikita. God.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean the longevity part, what Mark said, it holds true. He didn't have longevity, and we all know why. But he's one of those biggest what ifs in wrestling history. What if Magnum?
There are a lot of those. There are a lot of those in the wrestling
title. Yeah, and he's one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest one, because they were literally going to put that company on his back for a while, and Didn't work out.
Let me ask you a question. Could you put Nikita on that list?
Very well. And this is why. Is because a guy from Minnesota took himself, learned the Russian language or some parts of it, and developed himself into this character that made us believe that he was Russian.
I was one of them.
So was I?
You was one of them. All of us did.
Yep.
Yeah,
Didn't nobody know who Scott Simpson was?
When I was a kid, I'm like, man, I love this Russian guy. My dad's like, you realize he's not really Russian, right?
Right. And he would sit there and he'd be jacked up and he'd have that Russian chain around his neck, and then he'd be wrapped up in with the flag, and like you legitimately thought this guy was Russian. And then at that time, the United States and Russia was at odds, so we all hated it. Nikita Koloff. And he was a great character, man. He
One of my favorites.
But his biggest moment, in my opinion, in the NWA was when he stepped in for Magnum TA with Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the singlet issue.
Oh, no.
No.
Clean, man. What's wrong with you?
Even Ivan Koloff getting he actually had the tattoo. That was his tattoo was real. He sold it very well.
Ivan Koloff was what, Polish?
I can look it up. But he lived right next town there. Let me see.
He's from Canada.
Well, Nikolai Volkov was Polish.
Oh, okay, yeah. Volkov was Polish.
Yeah. By the way, Nikita's singlet was not unpenetratable.
Oh, okay. I didn't know Nikolai was Polish. See,
I didn't. He's Polish.
When I was a kid,
I had it mixed up, but Ivan was from Canada.
Yeah, he was.
He's Canadian.
Yep, Montreal.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yep. And then he lived here in Winterville, North Carolina for the most of his the town. I'd see him at the bank all the time, and it was that one. I actually knew him personally.
What's up, James Davis?
And would with him and talk him. That was a hard one to take. He was such a nice guy, and I'd see him at the bank and going through the drive-through, and I'd all the time, wherever I'd see him, and people, I was like, "Do you know who that was that just left you?" I think he used to be a wrestler a long time ago. I said he used to be the wrestler a long time ago.
Former WWF World Heavyweight Champion.
Sure was.
And they won't even recognize him.
Nope.
They don't never mention him being former World Wrestling Federation champion. Who beat Bruno Sammartino? And what did he beat him at? Wasn't it Madison Square Garden?
I think so.
Oh. But he don't get the recognition.
No.
I don't get that. I don't. There had to been some type of backstage politic or something that got him separated from all the other champions from being recognized.
But how long was he in WWF though?
From he started in 1967.
Okay.
To up into the 70s.
Okay. I didn't, because I know he was a champion just for a short time.
Yeah, he was transitional.
Yeah, 21 days he lost it to Pedro Morales after.
And maybe he wasn't considered.
He defeated Sammartino in Madison Square Garden by pinfall. After a knee drop off the top rope, ending Sammartino's the long rear, the long run, but he lost it 21 days later to Pedro Morales.
Yeah, he was a transitional champion.
Yeah,
he was Iron Sheik before Iron Sheik.
He left the WWF in 1971.
So he's there 4 years.
During his time in the WWF, he weighed 310 pounds.
I know
he was considered a muscle beast.
That's why I took it off Bruno.
He wasn't a fat or whatever. He was just big, wide, whatever. Now he was only like 5'10". He was a short guy. He wasn't very tall, but he was muscle and thick.
Mm-hmm. That's probably why they let him take it off Bruno.
But he was such a kind man.
I love to hear his interviews out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Very eloquent when he speaks.
And he was a Christian.
I want my 6-man tag team trophy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I used to love how he used to say that, man. We get 6-man tag team trophy.
Go back to Nikita for a second. Don't forget that sickle he gave David Crockett.
Greatest sickle of all time.
Pulled his head off.
Tore his head clean off.
You heard the thud.
Dude, right. You heard him hit the stage. That's how bad that sickle was.
Yeah.
And it was just a turn and swing.
Yep.
He didn't take a step. He just turned and swing. And next thing you know, David Crockett's feet were in the air.
Yep.
He said in interviews before, he says the best he says, I didn't tell him, I wasn't going to tell him when it was coming because the best way to sell it is to not know when it's coming.
Yeah, it broke his jaw.
Ethan, did you have an NWA list?
You know what? I'm limited on the subject, but I'm gonna piggyback off of your three, but I'm gonna throw a curveball in there because I feel like he deserves to have his name on somebody's list somewhere. Bob Backlund.
Okay.
WWF.
Again, my NWA is limited. He's not good enough to be on my WWE. He just needs to be somewhere because he was a wild man.
Now, he was in the NWA for a little bit before he became WWF champion, if I remember right.
Yeah.
But he made his name in the WWF as champion.
Yeah.
He was champion for a long time.
Oh, okay. I got
funny.
that one.
That was funny. Barbarian was laughing in the ring after Crockett ate that sickle.
Oh, yeah.
But if I had to go another one, T.A. Magnum was the guy that slapped the reporter, right?
No.
No,
Hey,
he
Mary's
slapped,
watching.
he slapped the president of the NWA.
There you go.
Bob Geigel.
That's
Bob
him.
Geigel. Yeah.
Yep.
Mary Jackson, thank you for watching.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and sub.
By the way, let me take a break.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Can I get my picks in? Y'all gonna forget?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Damn, man. Tell him, Ben. They're just gonna forget the NWA guy here.
What's
I
going
thought
on,
you already did.
What's going on?
Kev's first pick is going to be a razor.
Ah,
Damn.
yours is not gonna be a weight scale.
Chic Flair.
Hey,
My wife was asking me, what are the guys teasing you about tonight? And I told her, she was laughing. She's like, where did you come up with that word?
Every time we're laying in bed, Ethan rolls over, he kills me. He's like, Ethan, get off me. What are you doing? Mine is pretty
it's
easy.
just because I'm unpenetratable.
Oh man.
My damn pick.
You couldn't get in. You couldn't get in there. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in.
Okay, go on, Kevin.
I'm trying, but I got coffee from Mark's stuff first, and now Ethan's next.
Was the Chic Flair comment?
I don't know what it was. I think it was when we put the unpenetrable right on the screen, and I was trying to read. Has to be Ric Flair, has to be Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes, and then Iron Anderson, my NWA.
Okay.
Perfect.
Can't beat that.
The whole time Iron Anderson was in the NWA, can you remember a time without him holding the title? It's very hard to think to remember a time when he had
Tag team champion, TV champion,
national champions, yep.
National
World
champion,
tag team. Yep.
Good picks. Good picks. Before we get to our last promotion, I want to remind everybody we're trying to get to 500 subscribers on the Wide World of Belts YouTube channel. And once we get there, we're going to give you this beautiful, beautiful belt. This is a Winged Eagle 4mm CNC dual plated by Unique Championship Belts, and it will be on American leather, done by me. It will come with a full belt tip, but we have to get to 500 subscribers first. So if you are not already subscribed, please do so, and also click that bell that reminds you of when we go online, which is usually every Thursday, and we greatly appreciate it, and it'll help our channel grow. And also be sure you check out the Double Dropkick podcast. Kevin does a great job. And he'll be talking about his topics on the show coming up toward the end of the show.
Oh, and with these 500 subs, hey, y'all grab your wife's phones, grab your kids' phones, sub, because you know what? We get to 500 subs on this channel. Bro, that doubles and triples your chances of winning that beautiful belt. So, I mean, it's only in your interest to hit that little like button.
Every sub you do is a new 3-printed object put on the wall behind Ethan. Every new sub is a new object on the wall behind Ethan.
Let's make 500 penetratable.
Let's make the pink wall disappear.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got you right now.
He's going to change it.
This is how I do it.
It's Is there a color
red?
on there unpenetratable?
Ooh, I'd probably be green. Let's see here.
No,
Let's see here.
I have my pink over here.
Some people wear mood rings. He has a mood wall.
How about purple?
Okay. It's purple.
Little red.
It's
Yeah.
purpley.
Little red.
Well, he picks out a color. We are also sponsored by Mark Leather Championship Beverly Leathering and by Ashley Southern Designs, who makes great T-shirts. I'm wearing this one right now. She made for me, Dusty Sex Eggs from the Terry Funk, Dusty Rhodes feud. And she also makes these beautiful cups. These are laser etched cups. This has Span the Globe logo on there. And she also has my custom name on the back for this show. So she's on Facebook, and be sure you check her out if you want in need of a drinking vessel. And there's also lasts for quite a bit, or you need a nice custom T-shirt. She'd greatly appreciate it. Okay, so now we are to WCCW. Richard, go ahead.
This one's going to be a hard one for me. I'll have to sit back and listen to you guys. So I'll probably have to go last.
Okay, all right. I will go next. My list. Now, it was too easy to put all three Von Erichs. When I say three, there were five brothers, but the three main ones were Kerry, Kevin, and David. I went with Kerry. I would have went with David, except for the fact his career was cut short, sadly, by death. But Kerry held the NWA Heavyweight Championship. He held the WCCW Heavyweight Championship. Slam Kamala. His head getting slammed in the cage door created the Freebird Von Erich feud. So he also went to the WWF and won the Intercontinental title. So I give Kerry Von Erich my number one, followed by Gino Hernandez, Kabuki, and Chris Adams. I went with Gino Hernandez, although his career was cut short. He had a great career prior to WCCW. He was in the Houston territory for quite a while, held the Southern Tag Team Southwest Tag Team Championships with Tully Blanchard. Held numerous championships in world-class championship wrestling. Could have been a horseman had he lived long enough. But he was in Georgia for a little bit. He made a few appearances there, bragging about his relationship.
I got to go with Reese.
Farrah Fawcett. He dated Farrah Fawcett one time. Kabuki, one of the greatest heels of all time. That guy come to the ring and scare kids. He scared me. Those nunchucks, he come to this nunchuck device wearing his little mask. Great. And he wasn't a very big guy, but he packed a punch with those sabot kicks. And then Chris Adams came from the UK. Of course, his career was cut short, but he was there at the end of the world class. Won the American Heavyweight Championship, won the he won the Texas American Heavyweight Championship. He was the WCCW champion. He beat Rick Rude for that. Came over to the Georgia Championship Wrestling, and he was basically a journeyman over there, but had a great super kick. A lot of people have the super kick because of Chris Adams. Great in the ring. He was a judo champion over in the UK. Part of the dynamic duo with Gino Hernandez. So those are my four.
Thanks for checking us out.
To check out what I'm not understanding.
If you're watching, you already have the link.
The link for what? Double Drop Kick podcast?
No, for this one.
No, somebody sent it. Somebody sent me the link for the show.
I'm sorry, I misread it. Yep. Okay, appreciate that. Thank you very much for watching. And please click subscribe if you don't watch anymore. So, really appreciate that.
Oh, is she watching on? If she's watching on YouTube, she's right on the.
Somebody sent her the link to the YouTube. She was just. I thought it was a question. She's.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did too. Okay, well, welcome in, Mary. We're glad to have you.
Absolutely.
Make sure you subscribe and like.
We appreciate every single viewer and subscriber.
And bring your thesaurus every week.
Ben, I believe it is your turn.
I'll go with Kerry and Kevin. I always like Terry Gordy.
Okay.
And Bruiser Brody.
Brody, yeah. Good one.
Because he was in and out of world class for years. And
yeah.
Former tag champion. He was he American champion too?
I don't know, but he was the American Tag Team Champion with Kerry.
Kerry, right. but he was always paired with the Von Erichs, and World Class just had a lot of rich talent there.
They did.
And it's I wanted to say David, but I think his career getting cut short because he passed away kind of hurt that with him, but he could still be considered one of the greatest of all time. I had considered saying 4 Von Erichs. I was going to say Fritz, Kerry, Kevin, and David because they carried that company. They built that company. They made that company, and they were very successful. So I was thinking about going that route, but I picked 4 different wrestlers.
Yeah, it was too easy to put all 4 up there, but I chose one because I wanted to be able to have other because they wouldn't be what they were without the people they fought against.
Of course.
So I want to include those people as well.
Yeah.
Kevin?
I have Kerry Von Erich, Gino Hernandez, Chris Adams, and Bruiser Brody, with an honorable mention of King Parsons.
King Parsons, another good one.
Kevin, I have to agree with you. Those are my picks as well.
I flipped back and forth between Bruiser and King, but I think just Bruiser made himself bigger in WCW by popping in on other promotions during that time of his career. So I kind of elevated him more, and he won things outside of WCW while coming back in the titles. But King Parsons is just I see WCCW and I see King Parsons. It was hard to leave him out, but I think Bruiser Brody accomplished a little bit more.
And Ben, correct me on this. Was it King Parsons or was it Ron Simmons that actually won their world title first?
King Parsons.
King Parsons.
Okay.
King Parsons was unofficially he was unofficially the first African American world heavyweight champion.
Oh
Yes.
wow.
But people don't want to recognize that title for some reason. But he was champion.
Yes, he was champion.
He was years before Booker T.
That's what I thought. But
And according
he actually won that title under controversial circumstances.
Yeah, it was the Freebird.
Well, nobody knows what happened because the lights went out.
The lights went out. Right.
Kerry
Right.
had him as sleeper. The lights went out. When they woke up, Kerry was unconscious, and King Parsons standing in the ring, strutting around.
Jim Cornette, who's an advocate and brought a lot of these black wrestlers into the mix, agrees with Ben and talks about that King Parsons was actually the first, but more people recognize Ron as the first, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it was Iceman King Parsons.
That's what I thought, but I want clarification. I want for sure.
And Jim Cornette was iconic in pushing a lot of black wrestlers into wrestling in the 60s and 70s and 80s.
You have people that will dispute that and say that, well, World Class wasn't a world championship. It wasn't a recognized world championship.
That's right.
Even though it was defended in Israel.
Right. So, I mean, and yeah, King Parsons, man, I liked him either one. He played heel and face pretty good to me. He was pretty interchangeable. He's probably a little too old to be walking around with that same hairstyle, but he does. If you guys seen recent pictures of him,
when I saw him at the Hall of Fame back in 2018, he didn't have the hairstyle.
Yeah, his hair now he's got it back.
He's gone back to the dreads.
Yeah, it's back on there.
Okay.
Because he works with the wrestling promotion in Texas.
Yeah. I saw him at the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, Wichita Falls, back 2018. He was baked.
Yeah. But he great champion, man. World Class had a lot of talent.
He got a dusty finish with Harley Race with a butt. Because Dave Von Erich interfered.
What in butt?
Yeah, the butt was his finisher.
If they were on more networks, I think WCCW would had they just couldn't get. I mean, it was hard to penetrate what NWA had going on that time and where WWF was in the north.
A lot of the other territories are just unpenetratable.
Yeah,
well, at their height, they could have, but Fritz wouldn't do it. He was the old style, old school promoter. He didn't want anybody to other people's territories. The TV people tried to get him to do it. He wouldn't do it.
No, but Kevin's list is perfect. That's what I was going to go with.
That and AWA probably scared the hell out of him after seeing they started downturning because they try to go national.
Yeah,
Because both of them try to go national at about the same time. Or
well, I think
World
WCCW
Class
had more
was thinking
momentum.
about it.
World Class had more momentum, I think.
Oh yeah, they did.
AWA's times were just always. I just remember seeing them all the time. Was their stuff was shown a lot on the daytime on a rerun most of the time. You couldn't really catch them live. There was always the ESPN daytime thing, and it was hard for them to keep the momentum that they were doing.
It was at a strange time. It was the same time as cartoons.
Yep.
Yep.
It was just.
I think ESPN just tried to fit them in that spot. Just pushed them in that spot.
They were kind of like a filler.
But there was actually a toy ring with the AWA ring. It had the wooden post and the they had actually pretty good merch, but it had wooden wrestling post and real rope that would go around. It was a real rope that would go around.
That was the Remcos, right?
The Remcos.
I don't know who made it, but it was a brownish top.
Yes,
that had the AWA
Remcos.
logo
Yep.
to it.
Remcos. Yeah. It had a steel cage with the little slots on the side. You stick a little rod in there, and you put the wrestlers on there. You can wrestle with them.
That was the first
cage.
Yeah, the first ring I had was that one.
That was the first ring that actually had material as the ring skirt.
Yeah.
And then came that.
Was that tradable leather?
Yes, it was.
I have the Road Warriors around here somewhere.
This is cool. You'll have to do another one where you do the tag team for each.
Yeah,
Absolutely, yes. That'd be a good one.
that WCCW one was hard for me though.
Yeah, I can see that. Not a lot of people.
Yeah,
are
that's
familiar with
so hard. I
WCCW.
need to get to put mine out there, so it's cool.
Oh, go ahead. If you got some, put them out there.
I really don't. I'm ignorant. So I'm going to go with the Von Erichs and then the Dingo Warrior.
Ooh.
Dingo Warrior. Okay.
The dingo ate your baby.
That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah, he was yeah. He came in there after having that run as a Blade Runner.
Yep.
South.
You
He
just
got with the tag,
you
right?
didn't know when to stop running.
He won the Texas Heavyweight Championship.
He was like Forrest Gump and just felt like running.
That was pretty much the beginning phases of the Ultimate Warrior.
The greatest match Ultimate Warrior ever had was when I laughed the most about with Ultimate Warrior making. You crazy?
Hey, somebody clip that face of Kevin because I'm going to use that for something. Just somebody clip that and send that to me.
We clip Ethan, but we can't.
That's
I wanna move-
okay.
And
I
just
want to
get
move
another,
on.
like,
I want to move on because we have Ethan here, and I want to
you're
make sure we
mean
get
to me
this
today, Ethan.
before we run out of material.
You're mean to me today, man.
I want to get to
Yo,
Ethan
I had a
because-
day at work.
I'm going to go on to Ethan because we brought him in here and to promote his podcast coming up. I want to do this before we run out of time. So, Ethan, why don't you tell us about the broadcast and Kevin and stuff?
Yeah, we've on the Dab Network, we got a new program coming up called The Broadcast, and this is a little bit of teaser for it right now. This is going to be a show that is where'd it go?
Oh, sorry. I took it down. Sorry. There you go.
This is going to be a show that is that we brought as part of the Dab Network. Ethan wanted to. We brainstormed, and I'll let him tell more about some of the topics. But the Dab Network, it'll be under the brand, and we're going to announce the date and who's with it coming soon. It's going to be starting at the end of September. Look for the pilot episode to be coming very, very soon. It's going to be an every other week show, but this is something that's for guys. all guy topics. You'll have some things from relationship to all guy things that are cool, all men topics, all things that's nostalgia things. But we're happy to have Ethan. This is going to be an Ethan show. I am
unpenetratable.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help but laugh.
I'm glad that we have brought Ethan on board to have his own show. He's going to be excellent at it. I am not on this show. I'm just a producer in the back. So this is all going to be Ethan and his cast and crew, and we're excited to announce it. And we're going to be teasing a little bit more. It's going to be an every other week show. We're going to announce the date and time here very, very soon. And I'll let Ethan explain a little bit more about the broadcast.
I appreciate the giving me a second to talk about this, because this is kind of like a pet something. We have a lot of shows that do a fantastic job, like Spanning the Globe, DDK, and just kind of talking wrestling. And there's countless shows that focus on the hobby, and I was like, you know what, I want to do something that kind of goes against the normal grain of what we've been doing, and I want to do a broadcast. I want to do a podcast where, for me, 40-year-old single guy now, the dating scene, our co-hosts are in the same position. Some of our co-hosts are in the same position. I mean, we want to talk mental health. We're going to talk pop culture, sports. We're talking anything. We're going to talk about mental health, like, Richard has. We're going everything to encompass. We want to give everybody an outlet, because one thing I noticed in this hobby is, a lot of people struggle with things. A lot of people struggle with, family issues, or, they lose parents, they lose this. And, sometimes you feel like you don't have an outlet. You feel like you don't have a somebody to talk to or somebody to relate to, but there's plenty of people to relate to, and we want to give you an opportunity to have somebody to relate to. And that's the whole goal of the podcast and the broadcast, is to just be relatable on a different level. And that's what we're trying to come at you guys at, so it's gonna, like I said, it's going to be sports, pop culture, TikToks. We're going to be doing reviews. We're doing the whole gamut. I'm even going to have when we talk relationships, I'm even going to have a female co-host once in a while on there. So we're going to do it all. So for me, just stay tuned. We're going to run a pilot episode. It's going to be our pilot episode, a little test episode, work out all the kinks and get everything going. But, for me, I appreciate you guys tuning in, watching, subscribe. If you can, drop your questions. We'll get to it.
Check out the Facebook page. Ethan's got a Facebook page as well.
Yeah, Facebook's under construction. Instagram's under construction. TikTok's under construction.
We'll be giving all that info out this weekend about where you can subscribe, and the Facebook page. We'll be giving all that this weekend on Double Dropkick.
Awesome, man. I can't wait. Congrats.
We sure do.
I'm sure you'll have some impenetrable topics there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even talk tonight.
We know.
The co-host that I'm running with, they're good guys. We have a lot of different types of life experiences. I can tell you stories and you guys wouldn't believe me, but I can guarantee you they're 100% truth and accurate. And, we just want to be relatable to you guys on a different level, because we have the hobby, and the hobby's fantastic, and it's there, but when you walk away from the hobby and you turn off Spanning the Globe and you go back to your relationships, you go back to your personal life, and you go back to that, you feel like you might not have something that you can relate to. And this is what we want to do. We want to fill in the gap, and that's just it. It's all about just being relatable to guys, because you know what, we're all the same age, close to the same age, except for Ben. He's old as shit. We were all taught to not talk about our feelings, not talk about our mental struggles, not talk about those things. And we want to get that out of the norm, and we want to make that a normal conversation, because you know what, at the end of the day, if you could save one person, and this is something this is why I wanted to start the broadcast. I had made some videos about my experience, about what I was going through, and I had an individual reach out to me on TikTok, and he reached out to me and says, "Yo, I'm just ready to end my stuff. I'm done." I talked to him for hours, sent him my phone number. We talked for days and days and days and days and days, and he messaged me and was just like, "You know what? I appreciate what you did for me. You were there. You were there for me to talk to me without judgment." He's like, and now I'm working. I'm past these relationships. I'm past all this stuff, and dude, it changed me. It touched me in a way that I never thought imaginable.
That's good.
So that's kind of where the broadcast is coming from. We're coming from a good place.
Cool.
So that's where you got the idea for the flux capacitor. Okay.
Yeah, and it's just all things bro stuff. It won't be just constantly talking about that. It'll be bringing up nostalgia stuff, talking about the things we grew up, the toys we grew up in the 80s, good things like that, good movies, good all the things we grew up on stuff. It won't just be guys talking feelings all the time. No. It's there. That'd be once in a while.
You look at my profile. You look at my profile picture. I'm literally standing in front of the Wonder Years house.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of flow stuff. Everything guy stuff for guys. It's going to be great.
Cool. Can't wait.
Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate that. Be sure to check out the broadcast. There'll be some posts coming up promoting that in the near future. Looking forward to
stay tuned for the pilot.
Awesome. Ethan, appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Definitely does, CJ.
So did anybody happen to catch the I don't know how you could miss it. This incident happened in Knox Pro Wrestling, Rikishi's promotion. Rajah Jackson took out Psychos 2.
Oh man.
Gave him a receipt or two. I'm not gonna put up the video because the video is disgusting.
Richard, so he was out when he hit the mat.
Was he? I didn't know that. Okay, I saw a little bit of the video, but Rich, you want to give some background on that? What started it?
The video that I seen was when they were behind. They were in the back of the arena, and the gentleman actually, when he did the beer can thing, if you look really good, you could see him put his hand on top of his head and then hit his hand instead of his head.
It was a shoot. That was part of the shoot.
Yeah, and he was like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. I just wanted to let you know." And he apologized several times because Roger took it personal, and and then there was other stuff that went on from the promoter. Ben knows more about it with AJ. The guy's name is AJ.
AJ Mana.
AJ Mana.
Or Mana.
A lot of people are coming forward. Some of them on Jackson's side. Some are on the other guy's side. Me, I don't know. Like I said, we were talking before the show. He did have a concussion also. So I don't know. I don't want to make excuses for him. But he just went in. I mean, he just blacked out and went for it. You know what I mean? And he just hit this guy until he was unconscious. Like Ethan said, when he hit the canvas, he was out. But
for people who don't know, this is the son of Rampage Jackson, who's a UFC fighter.
He's an MMA fighter himself too.
Did you see what Rampage actually said about his son?
He didn't defend him.
So Rampage has multiple kids, but he has two kids that are like Asian descent, like they're Japanese or Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, he's like, "Yo, for those kids, I put away college tuition." He says, "For Raj, I put away bail money."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Exactly what he said.
Yep.
And the thing is, those promoters, after the Can incident, you can look at the Can incident and see. I mean, it's a total shoot. Like, he just hit him. Go ahead, Kev.
Yeah, because the promoter came out and said we were shooting a shoot, and he didn't expect that to be part of the shoot. You see another film of it where the guy's apologizing, said, "Hey, yeah, that's just part of the work. This is I apologize. You didn't expect that more coming, and this, that, and the other." That was what the apology for, but they were filming an original shoot. And then Ben has more of what happened when the guy was so mad talking with the promoter backstage because the promoter was hyping him up to go after him, and that's
because the promoter was like, "Yo, get your receipt."
That.
Go for it, Ben.
The promoter's going to get in some trouble with that video being caught hyping him up, telling him to go in there and tear him up.
Oh, he was fired.
Yeah, he's fired for it.
He was fired for it.
Especially with having no wrestling background for Raj and the way he is. It's tragic. So what I think is ultimately going to happen is they're going to sit there at that guy's bedside and wait till he's cognitive and be like, "Look, what's your number?" To say this was a work, and because that's the only way Raj is going to get out of not doing jail time.
I mean, the guy's already posting pictures that he's all good and thumbs up with people around his bedside and whatever. And he's been, they're going to keep him another day. But he's
rich.
Good. Well, we'll see what happens with if he does do whatever. But,
well, according to this promoter, AJ Mana, he said that he did tell Raja his receipt, but he said a receipt is what happens in the ring, you give him one back in the ring. What happens backstage, you give back to him backstage. He said, yeah, I did that as kayfabe or as in character, but he said he didn't order a full-out attack. He said the producers got this guy gassed up. Now, there's different stories coming out, but that's one I heard.
But there's video of it. Ben talks about it. Ben, you saw that video too, where he's gaslighting him in the back.
Yeah. He was out there gassing him up and telling them all kind of other stuff.
Yeah, you can't do that to a non-wrestler.
And right. And I think
yes, they did, Rick.
Yep.
Yeah, they did. I think Rampage probably had a clue. His son didn't. It should have been explained to him better. It should have been told to him better of the situation for him to jump in the ring like he did and assault that guy like he did.
There's no way to justify what happened.
I don't know how much you guys know about the streaming that happens beforehand. So like we're not even talking about the wrestling event, right? So Rampage has been streaming a lot. Raj has been streaming a lot.
I was just going to say that, Ethan. I was just going to say that.
And they stream, but Rampage was streaming on one of the streams where Rampage was just ridiculing Raj for being a vegetarian. Like, so it's one of those things is like as much as like as vicious as it looks, Raj is taking a beating for being a vegetarian. He's taking a beating for this, he's taking a beating for that. And you don't know these guys' mental makeups to where he can see himself being clacked in the head with a beer can. But on a kick stream, if you've ever watched a kick stream, it's like watching an old Modern Warfare 2 chat log. These people are vicious, unruthless, racist, just outlandish people, and they will just go ham. Mm-hmm. So for him, he's getting ridicule from top to bottom.
And he also found out live when that went down that his son did that midstream.
So I mean, I'm not making an excuse for the guy, but it's this weird way of like, how do you separate real life from the internet? Mm-hmm. And there's people in the hobby that have a hard time doing that.
Well, like I said, he had a concussion too, so you don't know if that played into it also with all the stuff that you just said. I can't make an excuse for him, but it could have played a factor in it because he went in and was not stopping. It took all those guys to pull him off.
Yeah,
I think ultimately what's going to happen is it'll be a situation where this wrestler's going to get a lot of money, and because I don't know how familiar people are with Kick. So like Neon, there's a streamer called Neon.
Yep.
He just walks around and does random stuff. His top clipper that's not employed by him. This is a person that's not employed by Neon. He just takes Neon's his videos, clips them and reposts them. Makes $60,000 a month.
No, he's not. He's hurt.
$60,000 a month for restreaming just clipping somebody else's videos. That's absurd. But that's how Kick operates. That's how they operate, and that's why these UFC fighters and everybody that need to make revenue go to Kick.
Yeah, you shouldn't bring somebody in that's unstable, but they released footage. Aside from the Kick thing, the ultimate thing that happened is after it was filming, that Rampage's son was already getting mad about the little shoot that they did, because he felt that shoot was a little too disrespectful with the beer thing and whatever, and blah blah. And they were all around. They released the footage afterwards when they were putting the camera down. It was still rolling. They were trying to tell the guy, "Hey, this is all part of a work. We talked it. None of it's real." And they were explaining what a shoot was. And I think the young man was all good until the promoter got with him privately, that was released, and fired him up more. That's where I think everything went haywire. But the DA did release a statement that they are looking into this situation and pressing charges. I hope I'll leave it to that, but I hope it can get settled, quickly and over and done with, and then these two guys can talk. But what he did in that ring was absolutely reprehensible, and there's no amount of I thought this was this or I thought this was this. This was, you got in there and all those things that had been done to, or what you felt like was disrespectful in a shoot outside. You being a fighter, you went in there and you're like, you disrespected me, because that's what he was saying after. You disrespected me outside on that shoot, and he just went, but you can't do that. It's fake wrestling. You can't do that, and it's unfortunate. But Rampage was being honest, and it's
They lying.
On their upbringing, I guess.
Like I said, there's so many factors that play into this.
Mm-hmm.
And either way, both of them are in a bad situation.
I think a lot of it falls on the son, actually, for responsibility, but also responsibility to the promoter.
Yep.
The promoter, they had got him calmed down, and then the promoter went and said, go. And this young man doesn't understand. When you're saying go at him, go hard, you don't know what that kid is doing, and who was just off of concussion. Somebody had said that he was just off of a fight having a concussion too. So you don't know what's going to trigger somebody or snap somebody. When I step on Ben's lawn, Ben knows me very well, but Ben comes out with that daggone shotgun, bro. Get off my lawn, Kevin. I'm like, all right.
Especially the way the promoter came out, he was gassed up. The promoter was gassed. He was hype, and he was going at him like strong instead of talking with a calm voice. He was going like, "You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to go at him."
Yep.
I mean, he was hyping him up big time. I mean,
yeah. But as an adult, you kind of have to know the boundaries, and he didn't apparently know the boundaries. And I mean, he's not a child.
Like I said, he snapped. He snapped.
There's no excuse for that.
He just had to go blank in the face. Some people see red when they get angry,
Mm-hmm.
and then, like I said, the concussion, and I think he just, like I said, I don't want to make an excuse for him, but I think he kind of blacked out at the moment and just went for it.
It was rage. I mean, you're having a rage fit. But I think Ben said it good the other night when we were in chat. Ben goes, that promoter was just. I think Ben said, Ben was like he hyped him up. He gassed him up. That was what Ben said the other night. It was spot on what Ben was saying. Was when he was like, he was gassing him up backstage.
But I see a lot of that. There's a lot of videos out there on Facebook, YouTube, where somebody overreacts to a minor offense, and they're looking to fight.
Well, he was he was uncontrollable.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just his rage was so strong.
It took several guys to pull him off of him, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he hit the other guy, busted him open. The guy with the pink hair, he busted his face open. Yeah, it took a bunch of them, and they just got done with matches as well. But his rage, he was just in a state of rage that nobody can control him.
Now, this is Rikishi's wrestling promotion. You know, he's been making statements toward WWE over the treatment of his children on WWE. Let's see what he has to say about this now. WWE has cut ties with him and his promotion over this deal. That'll be kind of interesting to see.
Well, they cut them from the ID program. They're no longer connected to them for the ID program or them looking at wrestlers for their organization.
Yeah. Just a lot of mistakes were made by many people that night. And unfortunately, a gentleman had to spend several days in the hospital over it. And so hopefully he makes a full recovery. And the sad and ironic part of this is this guy has PTSD from, wasn't he in the military?
Yes.
I think he's in the military.
Yes.
And
And he was doing this to keep going.
To treat his PTSD. And then this
Yeah.
happens to him. So
Yeah.
that'll be a little
I want to say too is I don't like that there's a lot of Twitter stuff. If you can get really in the mud with some of this stuff, but people are also making this a race thing, and I just can't stand.
No, it's not a race.
When two people have, if they're just because they're opposite races doesn't mean it was a race thing. Can we just stop with it, please?
Yeah.
No, it was a personality thing. I don't know how you explain it. It's a mindset thing. Somebody was not in the right mindset.
There was too many things in play here.
Yeah,
That's the way I see it.
You brought in somebody that was not used to what shoots were, was a real fighter, had no wrestling training. You were using his name to get people in the seats,
Yes.
and then you did it wrong. And now you're backtracking, saying that you were gassing up in kayfabe when a guy who's a real fighter doesn't maybe know what kayfabe is. Kids born not even 20 years ago know what kayfabe is, the name and stuff. We have belt makers that don't even know what kayfabe is. But you can't do it with certain fighters unless you're right. And I just think it was a pouring gasoline and a mixture of all the different chemicals and ingredients that led to this explosion. But I'm glad the guy's okay, and I hope that the other boy, the other guy that was hit too in the ring, I hope he's okay. But also hope Rampage Jackson's son gets some mental help.
Yeah, I actually seen a promo today when Rampage did his first wrestling experience with Kurt Angle in TNA.
that's right.
It was in the ring with him and Kurt Angle going at each other.
Yeah.
So he knows how the business is because he got to learn it a little bit. But there was too many factors in this one. It's hard to give a full judgment. There was
Well,
too
I
many
think a few lessons were learned from this incident. So
I mean, there's a lot of people coming forward. You got JBL, you got Mark Henry, Al Snow's come forward, JR's come forward. There's a lot of people.
Mark Henry took heat for his comments,
Yes.
and I won't go into all that. We're running on one time. So, Kevin, I want to get to this thing about Goldberg, and then we'll get to your show to close the show. You want to talk about this Goldberg thing?
Sure. You wanted to read what we had put up here on the situation the WWE star had said.
Yeah, Jake Hager made an appearance on the Chris Van Vliet show and went after a lot of people, but notably Goldberg. This was his take on Goldberg. Into the ring of endless wrestling grudges comes Jake Hager. By the way, he's from Oklahoma. Formerly Jack Swagger. Not holding back. He blasted him for a repeated pattern, waltzing in, grabbing a fat payday, and leaving everyone else in the dust. On Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Hager didn't mince words. And I quote, "Nobody wants to watch Goldberg now. You can't run a spot. He sucks. Yeah, I said it, bitch. He can't run a spot. The only thing he could do is a spear and get paid $600,000 for it. Then stop pro wrestling. Sorry, I'm not sorry." That line, "stop coming in and taking our money," carries weight, especially when Goldberg's reputation still packs arenas. And it does. Hager's frustration is obvious. Goldberg's limited moves, colossal fees, and staying power shine a spotlight on roster depth, one that's been overshadowed for years.
Mm-hmm.
His final bow happened on Saturday night's main event, XL, where he lost to Gunther in Atlanta, Georgia on July 12th. That match closed out a 28-year pro wrestling run spanning WCW and WWE, and yes, marked the official retirement. But the buzz isn't just about the end, it's about how ugly some of the backstage noise got afterward. Let's move on to that. Among the chorus of critics, Nick Nemeth, who we all know as Dolph Ziggler, chimed in too, calling Goldberg's comments post match tone deaf and self centered. Nemeth and Goldberg could have said some nice things for others. Everyone would be like, that Goldberg, he's not that bad, but he had to go. Me, me, me. Good riddance. Across the fan and insider spectrum, the criticism kept coming. Peter Rosenberg, who often observes WWE shows, took him to task for ungratefulness, pointing out how many wrestlers don't even get a televised send off. Yet here was Goldberg cashing big checks and complaining. I saw some of that, and I don't remember much of his speech, but you have to keep in mind he just had a match. Catch his breath. And, I mean, it was his closeout match, in my opinion. I mean, why wouldn't he, talk about his career?
He was emotional, man. His career's come to an end,
Yeah. I mean, I could see throwing out some acknowledgement. I want to thank so for putting me out there. Eric Bischoff for the streak. I could see that. And
he did get cut off live. He got cut off.
Yeah, he did. He had more to say.
And the crowd caught it. There was a video on YouTube. They caught the whole thing.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Well, I think WWE should have said, hey, are you going to say something? You need to keep it to this. Or if they know his comments are too mad, that was on WWE. If they didn't have his time right, you shouldn't cut a guy off that's retiring for that many years, whether you like Goldberg or not.
Yeah.
You should have had that plan a little bit better, in my opinion, for that part.
Yep.
I mean, he had his family in the ring here with him. I mean, it's hard to script something when you're catching your breath and sweating from having a big match. I mean, I'm sure he went off script on that deal, but I don't know. But is the criticism warranted? Possibly. Is it awful harsh? I think it's pretty harsh.
Yes.
Just my opinion.
And I think that's what led to the backstage stuff with him. I think this guy's taking it wrong because he didn't get to finish what he was saying in the ring. So I think he kind of finished it backstage with it's my thing. I wanted to do this. My time. But he did not backstage or in the ring thank a whole lot of people. And I think the guy's kind of mixing it up. Hopefully they'll just talk and be done with it. But he's not the first one that says Goldberg has been selfish. It's the same thing with Hogan gets called selfish at sometimes because they're looking out for their bottom dollar first. Look, you can't. If a guy's going to get what he's going to get, that's between the company and him and none of your business. So you want to get more, then you hold out for more. But if you can get more, get more. Hogan was smart enough to have creative things, so he got more. If Goldberg got more, we get all that to him. But don't use that against that as a guy saying he's selfish just because he's taking a big payday.
I agree. But Jake Hager, every time he takes a microphone, it seems like he's leveling complaints or grievances against other people. It's not a good look.
I'll let Ben on that. Ben said that when this came up, that you had said Yeager has quite a history of doing this. He kind of goes back to getting released. That he has some issues with a lot of companies when he gets released. Didn't we have that talk one time, a couple of times in the chat?
Yeah. He just the guy has baggage, and he definitely is drug his name through the mud. And so he
burning a bridge.
Yeah, he burned plenty of them.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, we were talking about this the other night with Ben, and he was like, "Man, this guy continues to burn his bridge." Like the female announcer, I thought was pretty good. I mean, but when she left with, "You don't burn your bridges when you leave places." Just always remember that. Exactly. No matter if you're done wrong or not, just don't burn that bridge. You never know when that bridge can be repaired and something great come of it. Ethan beat my tail one time because I took a hot dog from him and he beat my tail in the streets, and then we became great friends and started double
Look
drop.
at his chin.
Yeah. That was from the other night because I messed up his bro segment. So.
Got a minute left. I want to throw this one real quick before we get to Kevin's DDK episode. But I also want to send out prayers to Diamond Dallas Page. He's in the hospital with AFib. He's done a lot of great things for some wrestlers who have been suffering physical ailments. Lex Luger's walking unassisted because of DDP yoga. Butterbeans, Jake the Snake, a lot of people have.
Late great Scott Hall.
Doesn't get enough credit for what he does. Amazing person inside and out.
Absolutely.
And does it all for free too when he brings these guys into his house and feeds them. And it needs to be. If somebody wants to do something, do a special 2-hour special on what this guy does.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of mean comments that really pissed me off. Well, I thought he was healthy. You can do healthy whatever you want. AFib has nothing to do with your health and whatever and this that. But AFib is serious because if you don't take care of it, it will lead to a stroke very, very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
AFib, you're 5 to 6 times more likely when you're in AFib to have a stroke at any point. So whenever you go into AFib, you immediately got to take it into it. And it has nothing to do with his health. Stop being stupid on the internet. I can't.
He did say he usually wears a monitor, and that day he just happened not to be wearing one.
Yeah, and for people to make it out, oh, well, you're not so healthy.
It can come out of the blue, man. It comes out of nowhere.
My God.
Yeah, it's an electrical rhythm thing, is what I understand. That can shock it back into rhythm.
And and sometimes it takes longer. It can be just in the ER, you're shocked and you're going on, or sometimes they need to keep you for observation because you keep going back into it, and you need to be on medication and stuff. And but it's a serious thing. So if you ever feel like your heart's been weird pitter patter for a couple of days, get to the ER because it can be very serious. Because when you're in that, even though you be very, very healthy, your stroke leading to having a stroke is 5 times. You just elevated it 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very serious. Don't play with your heart.
So if you're a praying person, keep Diamond Dallas Page in your prayers. He would greatly appreciate it.
And some guys in the hobby that are going through stuff like Ben and Platinum, and there's a lot of guys. Keep them in your prayers that are going on through stuff. CJ and
you, Kevin.
You never know what everybody's going through something.
Yep,
absolutely.
Remember that before you open your mouth.
And finally, we have an episode of DDK coming up. You're starting to go to every other week, correct?
This will be our. Now you're gonna get me. Yeah, this is our last week to week episode, and then it's hard because I want to keep doing it so bad, but it's hard because I love doing this show. And now we're gonna have to go every other week, and I don't want to.
We love the show, and
I just want to throw something in there. It's been a privilege and an honor to do DDK with Kev. This man, if you don't, I'm not joking. When he says he loves doing it, this guy sends us 9,000 pictures a day, 72 intro videos, and just everything because he's so happy and so meticulous and so grateful to be doing the show, and for the subscribers and the people that tune in every week and that are there. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, not only for me but for Kevin. Mm-hmm. It's been a tremendous thing, and we're not going anywhere. We're just going two times a month, and that's the thing is we're looking after Kevin's health, and we're gonna get Kevin strong, and that's what we're gonna do. And again, it's just been a tremendous honor and a privilege to be able to be a co-host with Kev.
Send him feet pics, and it'll perk him up a little bit.
Yeah, same. Kevin. You're a great guy, man. I consider you family, just like I consider everybody on the screen here family. Your health is the most important thing to all of us, and as your friendship and having you around. What we know, you're always here. You're always around. Show's going to be twice a month, but DDK will go on forever. So
don't forget that I'm not the only one fighting on the screen. Ben's fighting.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And Ben's got his. Mm-hmm. I don't know if people know it publicly, but he's got his very, very serious health issues.
Yep.
That could, So just remember that. But for me, yeah, it's just I hate it. It's disappointing. It's gut wrenching because I know what it's going to bring and what's coming, and I'm okay with it. But I can't do it weekly anymore. But I can lay in bed and be the producer of Broadcast, and I love that. and I'll be the one backstage putting up all your stupid comments and sending you to the timeout if you be vulgar. But we're going to. This will be our last weekly show. Then we're going to every other week, and we have this guy joining us this week, the new SWA Deep South champion, Hunter Rhodes. He's an awesome guy. And then we're doing a fantastic guy, an SWA. Look them up online. If you love old school wrestling, SWA, Southern Wrestling Association, is your thing. He'll be on the show for the first hour, and then we're going to have a lot of fun segments on the second half hour as we do our show.
Awesome.
I want to add one more thing before I end the show to Kevin. Kevin, I greatly appreciate your friendship. I appreciate your help with with our show. I mean, you sent me several graphics. You say you enjoy doing it, but it's appreciated more than you understand.
Yep.
Oh, I love doing it.
But I do greatly appreciate it. Your insight, your helpfulness with the stream, your cooperation with getting us on your network will never go unappreciated or forgotten. So thank you so much for that.
And we might have another announcement to somebody joining the DAV network this weekend as well.
Awesome.
We're just going to keep on growing, and you might not see me as much on screen, but hey, I'll be backstage, and Ethan's going to carry the torch. The show's going to carry the torch for DAV network, and I'm happy to give whatever it is to these shows, and no matter whose show it is, no matter what thing it is. You need a graphic, you can help. I'll help you, and I love making the graphics for this show. And like Ethan said, I bother the snot out of my. You wait till the bro chat starts.
Hey Kevin, Kevin, do you remember? Hey, can you help me out for a minute? My co-hosts are sleeping.
One last thing before we go, programming note.
Yeah.
Last thing before we go, programming note. We will not be on the air next week. My birthday is next Thursday, and my family wants to take me out for dinner, so we will not be having a show. We'll take the week off. So Andy and Ben actually took a half week off this week, but they get 2 weeks off. But
so there won't be any STK or DDK the weekend of September 4th.
No, but it's opening weekend for football, or is that this weekend?
Yeah, so just to go to Jewel football. Maybe Ethan will come on here live with y'all on a Saturday night and just kick it with y'all.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Maybe we'll
be back.
It's a holiday week anyway. It's Labor Day
That's right.
I hear you, Ben.
That's right.
But please
So
say
enjoy-
a prayer for Ben. I don't want people to forget about y'all. But please don't forget about Ben. Ben's a good friend.
We
talked to 2 or 3.
Grandpa Ben.
We talked to him 2 or 3 in the morning. If you know what's going on with Ben, say him a prayer. It's what my mom died of, and it's very, very near and dear to my heart, and I worry about him. So I'm okay with everything. Ben's too nice of a guy to be sick right now.
I'm breathing now. I'm good. I'm
a butthole and need to go. So so I'm okay.
Ben and Kevin are unpenetrable. So
Yeah, there you go.
With that, I want to thank Kevin and Ethan for joining us tonight. And
I love y'all. God, this was fun tonight.
Love you guys.
We'll be back in 2 weeks for another great show. So until then, enjoy football, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Good night, everybody.